everyone! Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute. It's been 2 weeks since I've uploaded a video. I am sorry. I had my birthday 2 weeks ago, and then last week we went camping for a few days. So I got a little bit behind on videos, but I felt like it was justified. Here you're probably wondering, what is the deal with all these random triangles of wood?
And to be honest, I don't know either.
I have been wanting to do a wood crafting project for a long time, and I watch another YouTuber here on YouTube, and she will go on to Facebook Marketplace and she'll look up free wood and see wood pieces that people are just giving away for free. And so I was like, why don't I do that? So I looked it up. This lady was giving away these like scrap pieces of wood. They're all like these random triangle shapes. And I was like, I'm sure I could do something with that. So today we're kind of starting a series because this project is going to take a little bit of time, but I figured you guys might want to do it along with me and kind of do your own twist on it. So today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to try to assemble all of these triangles into a square or rectangular shape of some sort. That way I can set it outside my front door as kind of a porch decoration. You could have it inside your house if you wanted to. You could have it propped up on a table or something. It is going to be kind of heavy because this is real wood. So once I get it assembled into like a rectangular shape, I'm going to glue it all together and it's going to look pretty cool and like abstract is my hope. And then I'm going to stain the whole thing, and then we're going to paint a cute saying. But I'm going to split this up between probably 2 or 3 videos. So we're just going to try our best and kind of put these triangle pieces together in the best way we can and see what we can come up with. And I'm using wood glue that I got at the Dollar Tree. I got 3 bottles of wood glue, and then I also have my hot glue gun to kind of help speed up the process, because with wood glue you're supposed to let it dry for 24 hours. But we want to kind of be able to just like move on and continue to shape this all together. And so I'm using hot glue to kind of help,
you know, adhesive, stick it together.
Stick it together a lot quicker so that we can kind of work with it a little bit, and then this will just help in the long run.
With adhesing, what is the word? Sticking? Adhesiving? That's not the word.
I don't know. With sticking the wood together, I guess. I don't know. So I hope this turns out well. I mean, if you're watching this, that means it kind of turned out well, I guess. Enough that I want to post it for the world to see. So I guess here we go. Okay, so I got some of my triangles of wood together to kind of help my mind figure out exactly how I want to do this. I don't know exactly how big I want it to be. This is 8 triangles of wood. I've got like another 12, so I can make it as big as I want or as small as I want. I could even do 2 signs. Maybe we'll do 2 signs. I don't know. What I'm trying to start off with doing is get all of these rectangles put together. So glue 2 triangles together, and then I'll kind of shape them, turn them however I want them to be. So what we're going to start off with first is I'm going to open up my wood glue, and we're just gonna kind of wing it. You guys are learning alongside me, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're going with it. So I'm gonna take my wood glue, and we're gonna kind of slither it on here. Hopefully that's enough. And then we'll do some hot glue. I've got plenty of hot glue, so not worried about that. And I'm going to take this and we're going to smush it together. Kind of try to make it even and flush. And there's one of them. I'm still doubtful about this project, you guys. It might turn out freaking awesome, and I'm going to look back and be like, why was I so doubtful? But I'm not a woodworker, you know, so I am learning as I go. So yeah, we're gonna set that one down. One down, I guess. Oh, slide this carefully across, and we're gonna repeat. I don't know if this is too much wood glue and hot glue. I don't know. All you peeps that work with wood and know wood glue really well. Like, is this overkill? Should I be using more than this? I don't know.
Is this thing gonna fall apart like the second I stick it outside? Nobody knows.
And I'm sure people are gonna ask, I have not sanded any of this. I figured since it's pretty much just raw wood, and a lot of these edges have been cut through, I figured it's gonna be, I think the stain's gonna be fine. I haven't sanded it. I might sand it later on. I haven't decided yet, but as of right now, my plan is to just leave it the way it is. And essentially, all that I'm paying for this project is $3 for the wood glue that I bought, and then like about $1 or so for hot glue sticks, and then like a few dollars for stain, and then maybe like $1 for craft paint to paint on it at the end. But for this big, awesome, wonderful sign, $8? Like, what? Okay, so now I'm going to set these down. Lots of wood, little chips and stuff. I'm going to spread these out side by side. So I'm going to leave these for about a half an hour, and then I will be back. Okay, so I got them, I let them sit for about 20-30 minutes, and then I kind of laid them out how I want them to be, and yes, I started it and rearranged it for like 10 minutes, trying to figure out how I wanted my lines to go and everything, if I wanted to make it, you know, have them make diamonds, or if I wanted to have them make X's, you know, because all these lines can go different ways and stuff. But I think I've settled on this design, and the sign's going to go up and down, and that way we've got lots of room to write whatever we want to write. So we're going to start off with these first two blocks, and we're going to glue these together, and then we'll glue these ones together, and then we'll be able to glue two sets together, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to tip this on its side, and I'm going to be a little bit more generous with this wood glue this time around, because this is pretty heavy duty wood, and I want to make sure that this is actually going to stay together. And I decided, you can't see me, I decided once it's all said and done, I probably will sand it a little bit just to try to help out with the edges meeting together a little bit more. But I figured, why worry about sanding and everything before I even get started, because I never know how it's going to end up. Applying a decent amount of pressure as much as I can. Try to get these to stick together. And then after I get the whole thing glued together, I'm going to leave it for 24 hours before I stain it, because we want to make sure that wood glue has time to do its job. Also, I kind of liked, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this one kind of has some like writing or ink or some stain or something on it, and I kind of liked that. I wanted to keep that showing because I felt like it added more of like a rustic, kind of gives it more character. Okay, set those down, and now I'm gonna let these sit for another 20 minutes or so, and then we will glue those together and those together, and then glue the two together, and hopefully we'll have a finished product, at least a giant piece of wood that we can stain and paint. We'll see. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna kind of arrange these, since they're all going the same direction. They can kind of be moved in different ways so that they fit together really well. Because this end fits together really well, but this end doesn't. So I want to kind of reorganize these in a way that they're going to fit together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this half and this half together. And then I might finish the rest of it off camera gluing this together, because I might do it on the floor. We'll see. So in the meantime, we're going to do these. So I'm going to flip this guy on its side.
And we're going to add a butt ton of glue, you guys. We're going to add so much glue to this.
Because this is the part that's really going to be ensuring that it sticks together. This one has kind of a big seam, so I'm gonna kind of squeeze some hot glue into it. I don't know if that's a good idea or not a good idea. Kind of fill that gap a little bit. Now the last step is to glue this piece and that piece together. So I'm going to give this just a little bit longer for that hot glue to kind of dry a little bit more. Yeah. And then I'm going to see if these two pieces fit together well like this, or if I should put this one on this end and try to fit them together that way. Okay, so this is kind of how I've gotten it to work out. Either way isn't ideal. There's still, like, either way, there's parts where there's some fairly large gaps, but I figured this way is better than the other way, because the other way it's barely touching at all. This way, at least in the center, it touches, and then it gets a little bit more of a gap on the side, so I can kind of do what I did the last time, and just kind of squeeze some wood glue and hot glue into those little crevices to try to kind of fill that a little bit. And then I think once the stain is on there, you really won't be able to tell. So I'm going to start off by taking this piece here, and we're going to get my wood glue. Sorry, this angle isn't the greatest. I'm going to add extra in the middle, because this is more where it's going to touch. And now for the hot glue. Okay. Fingers crossed, peeps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully hold this up and then take my glue gun and just start squirting it. I'm going to carefully turn this and do the same thing on this side. I think it's going to look really cool. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I like how it looks. This, I think, is actually the back side of it. I flipped it over halfway through its drying time. This was after 24 hours of it drying, and I'm able to, like, lift it up, and it stays together for the most part. You know, it's not falling apart, so that's good. So make sure you guys stay tuned for next week's video when we're going to sand and stain it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!